Hello and welcome to Steve Knows. Today we have genuinely fantastic Quest improvements, huge game franchises coming to the Quest, and was the 3S spotted in the wild, and so much more. Also, I had 3 hours of prep work ruined for today's video. This is also my second time recording this. I'm hurting inside, so we're going for a take 2/3 because the world of VR news, it doesn't stop for Steve. Although it should, it doesn't. So enough chin wagging. Let's get started. Today's video is sponsored by Silent Slayer: Vault of the Vampire, a title from Shell Games, a new IP from the studio that brought us the VR staple, I Expect You to Die. You may have seen videos of this on the channel. You are a vampire slayer and tasked with taking out the beasts whilst they rest in slumber. You have to gain access to their coffins by completing puzzles or disarming booby traps, the best kind of traps. Once you gain access, you can drive a stake through their heart and bask in its glory. It seems to have found a really fantastic balance between fear that keeps your blood pumping, keeps the experience exhilarating, versus I am so scared I don't ever want to turn on this game ever again, which I often end up doing with scary VR experiences. It's just so taxing on you. Steve is a wimp, I'll admit it, but if you're interested in seeing the full video on this, I'll link the game down below and my videos. Starting with a huge franchise, Hitman 3 is appeared on the coming soon section of the Meta store, and initially I thought, oh no, because the PC VR port of the PlayStation VR title, it left something to be desired, if I'm being kind. It looked great, it was a full, impressive, huge game, but the controls were clearly for the PlayStation VR ones, and they did not translate to the PlayStation VR domain at all. But now it's been developed from the ground up by a VR studio, XR Games. They have revamped the mechanics for modern day VR, so you can use both hands for holding a gun, using items, even dual wielding now. It also includes a new UI to better suit the modern VR scene. The graphics though, they have been adjusted to be more Quest friendly, I'm going to say, so the headset can actually handle it. And at first glance, it kind of reminded me of Aspire, but I'm very excited to get to play this game in the way I thought I was going to get to play it before, but on standalone hardware. 2024 seems to be the year of console franchises coming to VR, and I'm here for it. I've wanted this for years. And since we're on the topic of games, another reveal was in the Summer Game Fest showcase for Batman Arkham Shadow. We got a story trailer that didn't showcase the gameplay sadly, but it did give us an idea of the style of Gotham, the antagonist being the Rat King, which gives us hints at when this game is based in time. So we should see things like the origin of Harley Quinn. BMF, if you wanted more information, hats off to you, my friend. BMF did do a video interviewing studio head Ryan and got a lot more information about how this game is going to work.
Is kind of brings back the magic that I think you felt and I felt, you know, first trying VR many years ago.
Such as it's going to have dynamic shadows, which for a stealth game is going to be everything, and how you'll have a full body avatar. You'll look down, you'll see your gauntlets, you'll see your chest plate. That is going to be a bucket list tick for so many people to be in the bat suit. That's pretty darn sweet. So I will link his full video down below in the description so you can check that out. But finish this video first. Watch this one first. The one statement that got me about this, which is this little quote that I saw, was the use of force in pursuit of peace. That is it sounds so savage, but it will make for a good game. Another game that just released, which is close to my heart, from the Oculus Go days to one of the first games I played to death, no pun intended, on Quest 1. Death Horizon is releasing a new installment called CyberFusion. This is a roguelike game. I know some of you are groaning, I hear it all the way over here, but it's only a $10.99 experience, a bargain for a fun experience if you want to kill some time. In this, you will progress through environments of the future, using weapons that harness technology, so you'll have electrical-based items. There are even some Wolverine-looking blades that popped out from your fists, which are so darn cool. Or go the old-fashioned route and have classic bullets to take off heads. You will be able to upgrade and change your genetic implants to give you a different style of play in your combat as well. So we know this recipe by now, we know roguelikes. So if you're looking for a cheap game that looks like great fun, Bring on the brutality. I'll link it down below. I think we should move on to some updates now, some cool things going on with the Quest 3, and the first of which, Netflix support in the Meta Quest browser. This is epic news for media lovers in VR. We love that massive screen to watch content. Because before, the Netflix application put you in this nice chilly environment, nice and cozy, a huge cinema screen, it dimmed the lights, and then it was like, yes, enjoy streaming at 480p. That was absolutely criminal. So now with this browser support, you can enjoy high-end resolution output as well, and use it as a multitasking window so you can do other things like work. No, don't work and watch Netflix. Just watch Netflix. And more updates now. We have the version 66 update that's been rolling out. I did speak about this last week, but there have been a couple of updates that were not mentioned before. And one of which is a subsequent update that you won't have even if you're on version 66 that is rolling out on the sly right now. So starting off with background audio, this is now possible on Quest, meaning you can have something playing in your MetaQuest browser in the background. It will continue playing whilst you do other things, playing other games. So you can now play music, perhaps kind of taking me back to my Xbox 360 media player days, where I was playing Halo 3 or Perfect Dark Zero and my tunes were on blast. I actually do feel so lucky to have been alive during that 360 era. It's like the peak of online multiplayer gaming. There were such great times. So the Quest now has that ability. You'll have a media player controller in your menu system for you to adjust.
No wonder he looks familiar. The dude's a living legend. He'll take you out with one punch.
The next update is an improvement to a rather significant improvement, I must say, to the Quest 3 pass-through. This isn't out for everyone. This is rolling out slowly, making its way through. So if you have version 66, you may not have this, but it should be coming out right now. This has reduced the warping and improved the clarity of pass-through so much. The warping you would see when your hand is like in front of you, and around the edge of where your vision meets the background, it will just warp and look funny in motion. This is due to the way the cameras are picking up two feeds, merging them together to try and give you a single seamless 3D video feed. But someone once told me any hardware issue can be fixed with software. So that is what's happening, and it's a huge jump, especially with the exposure control. I'm so impressed. You'll notice that colors are better. It's less faded, less grey and ashy. Very happy to see this. Genuinely impressed. I hope you guys get this update and you can enjoy some mixed reality in even better pass-through. A little bit of a quick note now, the Quest 3S may have been seen in the wild on Bosworth's desk. That is the CTO of Meta. He posted a video on Threads, Meta's attempt at the Twitterverse. He was showcasing the visual improvements to the pass-through that we just spoke about. And keen-eyed Luna, it's always blimmin' Luna, thank you, spotted a VR headset on the desk that is not a Quest 3, it's not a Quest 2. Could it be a Quest 3S? It looks like it's had its face squished, a mix between an Oculus Go and a Quest 2. The Boz Tank did dodge the questioning and just started appreciating the comment on Threads having better video quality. Okay, on to some smaller bits of news now that are rather amusing and are great to know. Well, I suppose all of the stories should be a little bit amusing and great to know. Next, Bonelab gets a perfectly timed Quest 3 enhancement update in its latest patch. I can't believe this game dropped in 2022. It feels like yesterday it came out. I was so impressed with the game visually back then, and the fact it had one-to-one physics with its PC VR counterpart. Cross-buy, by the way. The Quest 3 enhancements include a larger texture cache, so better performance in being able to load textures from memory instead of from disk, so less popping should occur, better performance. Also, 4 times anisotropic filtering, yes! It's one of the biggest peeves that I've got when I'm playing VR, is seeing the edges of things jitter. So to know that we should have a big reduction on that front is a massive win for me. It will definitely make the game more immersive. It also has improved foveated rendering, so less low quality peripherals. Perfect timing, as I said before, because we now have a full mod available where you can play Boneworks in Bonelab. And finally, something I actually asked Guy Godin about a very long time back was, are additional monitors possible in virtual desktop? And the latest update will now support them. So if you have a multi-monitor setup, those monitors can now be streamed to the application. However, Quest 3 will support up to 3 monitors at 1440p. The Quest 2, Pico 4, that sort of generation, will only support up to 2. But the cool thing here, beyond that, is it can emulate monitors on Windows now. So if you've got one monitor, you can get another one free. Well, it's not free, you do have to buy the application, but if you have a laptop, you can have a multi-monitor setup wherever you go if you were streaming to this application. This is huge. If you're a developer, you know one monitor will not do. So that's it from me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope there is something here to get you excited for VR, get you excited for the week that is to come. Check out Silent Slayer, and please subscribe. Have a great week. Happy gaming. Good day.